بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وعلى العاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. أشهد أن نبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا. Welcome, our brothers in Islam, to lesson 199 of Al-Arabiyyah to Bayna, Yadayk, book 1, part 1. Actually, I just found out that the previous lesson, what was lesson 198, I mentioned by mistake in the beginning of that lesson the number 138. So it's not 138, but it was 198, and today's lesson, inshallah, will be 199, inshallah. So now that's the situation. وقفنا أيها الإخوة عند صفحة 136. We stopped at page 136. عند الحوار الأول, at the first conversation. Today, inshallah, I would like, inshallah, to mention, like I have said at the end of the previous lesson, that today, inshallah, I will talk about a topic. It's not a beginner's level topic. It's medium level topic. It's not too advanced. It's easy to understand. But that's not something what you will quickly see in this book or the next two books or in the next three books, inshallah. But that doesn't mean that you will not understand it. So when I mentioned that the word or the name Qusayyun is ismu tasghirin, a diminutive noun of qasiyun, what means far. So to make it smaller, you say qusayyun. So the ismu tasghirin is a topic that is a part of the Arabic language. Where do you find the topic of ismu tasghirin? And some scholars they just call it تصغير. أين تجد موضوع التصغير أو أين تجد موضوع اسم التصغير? Where do you find the topic of اسم التصغير? موضوعه موجود في كتب الصرف. يعني its topic is mentioned in the books of صرف, morphology. So the topic that we will discuss today is a part of علم الصرف, the science of morphology, and this is a science, علم الصرف, علم لا بد منه لتصحيح اللسان. It's a science that you have to go through to correct the tongue, meaning the way of speaking. And the science of morphology focus on the way the word is being built, the setup of the word, the composition of the word. Okay. While the ilm al-nahwi, the science of grammar, focuses a lot upon the end of the words. So kitabun, and then sometimes kitaban, and sometimes kitabin. This is actually the difference between ilm al-sarfi, the science of morphology, and ilm al-nahwi, the science of grammar. Although morphology used to be a part of grammar in the past, it used to be a part of ilm al-nahwi. Okay, ilm al-nahwi was actually every science that had to do with the Arabic language, even balaghatun, eloquence, and other sciences of the Arabic language. Anyway, nowadays sarfun is separate from ilm al-nahwi. So we will in this lesson, inshallah, discuss some topics of اسم التصغير. From those things, my brothers in Islam, is that the ism al-tasghiri, this is the English word for it, and actually ism al-tasghiri is something that is also available in the English language. So for example, you have a drop, like a raindrop, a drop. What is the ism al-tasghiri of a drop? It's a droplet. A droplet is much more smaller than a drop. So we have in English language also something called ism al-tasghir. Okay, we have a book and a booklet. So ism al-tasghir, or just say al-tasghir, is a form used to refer to a smaller or diminishing form of certain nouns and adjectives. It follows the pattern of fu'ailun. Okay, so as you will see inshallah in a bit, ism al-tasghir has three patterns. There are three patterns. Okay, so the most famous one without a doubt is fu'ailun. Okay, fu'ailun. So how do we know when to use each of these three patterns? So this is the first pattern, fu'ailun. Okay, we use fu'ailun to make nouns, to give them a smaller form, to give them a smaller size, if these nouns consist of three letters. That's how easy it is. So fu'ailun lil ismi thulathi. An ism al-thulathi is the noun that consists of three letters. For example, asadun is a lion. Asadun. كم حرفا في هذا الاسم? How many letters are there in this noun? ثلاثة حروف, three letters. Okay, asadun is a lion. So sometimes you see those cute lions, those small lions, and it doesn't mean that they are not dangerous. They can still bite, as far as I know. But you know, you just want to give it like a cute name, a small name. You say usaydun. Usaydun is a small, cute lion. Okay. Now, إذن وهو الأشهر, and it's the most famous, فُعَيْلٌ. Because many nouns, they have just three letters. I think that's why it's famous. It's not more famous because you can use this instead of others if the noun has four letters. So for three letter nouns, we use فُعَيْلٌ. Okay. Nahrun is a river. So smaller river will be نُهَيْرٌ. Okay. Jabalun is a mountain. Okay, if the mountain is very small, you don't say Jabalun but Jubaylun. So fu'ailun is the first pattern. Okay, as-sighatul ula with the sad, as-sighatul ula, l'ism al-tasghir, of the ism al-tasghir. طيب, as-sighatu thaniyatu, the second pattern is fu'ailun. Fu'ailun. Okay, fu'ailun. There's like a pattern, like a golden rule of any word that consists of four letters. وهو وزن تصغير الاسم الرباعي. Okay, so when you have a word with four letters, you give it the ism tasghir of fu'ailun. Okay. For example, مثلا, we have the currency of the dirham, dirhamun. This currency is in some of the Muslim countries like Morocco, but it's also currency that was known in the time of the Messenger ﷺ, just like a dinar and a dirham. Although in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, dinar was from gold and dirhamun was of silver. There was the difference. So dirhamun تتكون من أربعة أحرف, consists of four letters. So you want to say a small dirham, for example, durayhimun. Okay, durayhimun. just an example. والوزن الأخير, the last pattern is فعيعيل. فعيعيل. ويكون لتصغير كل اسم زاد على 4 أحرف. And this last pattern is to diminish any فعيعيل is to diminish any noun that has more than 4 letters. So 5 letters, a noun of 6 letters, 7 letters, or even more. You always make it, you give this last pattern that I just mentioned. Okay, so the diminutive of kitabun, and this is the most difficult one because there is an alif in the middle. So it's a 4-letter one, okay, but it's an alif in the middle. So it's kutayyibun. I mentioned this because this is a very famous one. Kutayyibun is what you call in English a booklet. Okay. By the way, you know this this ya that you see in all these 3 patterns. This ya, okay. This ya that you see is called ya ut-tasghiri. Clear? It's called ya ut-tasghiri. So for fu'aylun, this ya is like a very important thing. They have just they've given it a name. It shows just how important this ya is. It's like a core thing to make a tasghir. This ya, it's called ya ut-tasghiri. Just imagine the ya not being there. So this ya, there is a lot of focus on this ya. This is like the engine of the ism tasghir. This ya, it's called ya ut-tasghir. The ya, the letter ya of at-tasghir. And as you can see, all these 3 patterns, they have this ya in them. طيب, kutayyibun is a booklet. And this is of the pattern of fu'ay'ilun. Okay. This is strange. Yes, I told you the kutayyibun is a difficult one. But why is this fu'ay'ilun? Just imagine, the scholars, they say that the shadda is actually 2 letters. The shadda is 2 letters. So shadda with the fatha is, for example, we have a ya with the letter ya, or the letter ba. We have a ba with a shadda and a fatha. Okay, so we have actually 2 letters. We have a ba with a sukun and a ba with a fatha. Put them together, then you get a ba with a fatha and a shadda. The ba with a dhamma is 2 letters, like the scholars mentioned, the scholars of sarf. This is a science of sarf. The ba with a dhamma is 2 letters. One ba with a sukun and the second ba with a dhamma. Why putting 2? Why not just merge them and give them 1 letter? Then you have this shadda. Okay, so kutayyibun is actually fu'ay'ilun. Fu'ay, look, ka and ta is fu'ay. Fu'ay. Sorry, the ka and the ta is fu'a. And then we have the ya with the sukun, fu'ay. And then we have the second ya that has a kasra. And then we have the two dhammas on the ba. So fu'ay'ilun. طيب, can we consider the plural form of ismu tasghirin? The plural form. Can we also mention a plural form of the ismu tasghir? So, for example, we have kutayyibun. It's a booklet. It's ismu tasghir. Can we say booklets and still be under the umbrella of ismu tasghir? No. Kutayyibatun. Okay, so there is even a plural form of the ismu tasghir. Kutayyibatun. This shadda should not be on the ta. Kutayyibatun are booklets. Now, Asadun. Masmu tasghiri min asad. What's the ism tasghir of the word asadun? Usaydun. Usaydun. طيب. Ismu tasghir, using ismu tasghir has different purposes. يعني using استخدام اسم التصغير له أسباب, it has causes. وله أهداف, and it has goals and purposes. So saying أسيد, هدفه هنا, its goal here is تقليل. What تقليل is diminishing, lessening, from the word قليل, little. تقليل حجم, حجم is a size. ما حجم الكتاب, what's the size of the book? ما حجم البيت, what's the size of the house? So تقليل, to diminish the حجم, the size. تقليل حجم المصغر, of that what has been diminished. So أسد أسيد, you have now made the size smaller. So this is one of the purposes. A slave is عبد, and that's why Abdullah is the slave or servant of Allah. إذا ما هو اسم التصغير لعبد? What is the اسم التصغير of the word عبد? اسم التصغير لعبد هو عبيد, وهو اسم مشهور. It's a famous noun, عبيد. طيب أيضا مثلا بعد سأراك, I will see you, سأراك بعد العصر, I will see you after العصر, أو بعد صلاة العصر. So you want to lengthen the sentence. Quick one is سأراك بعد العصر إن شاء الله, I will see you after العصر إن شاء الله. فيقول لك, so he says to you, متى هذا? When is this? هل تقصد, do you mean, do you mean, هل تقصد ساعة بعد العصر أو ساعتين بعد العصر? Is it 1 hour or 2 hours after Asr? It's not clear. هذا غير واضح. So what you actually meant is just straight after Asr. Okay, maybe 5 minutes after the prayer, after the adhan. So now we're going to use the اسم التصغير of بعد, and that is بعيدة. سأراك بعيد العصر. Okay, meaning you have to come straight after Asr, because بعيد is maybe 5 or 10 minutes after. قبل, before. ما هو اسم التصغير? Because قبل and بعد, they're all اسم ثلاثي. It's a noun with 3 letters. قبل, قبيل. جاء خالد, Khalid came قبيل المغرب. Khalid came just before Maghrib. Okay, so this is the second purpose of اسم التصغير. What is the second purpose? لتقريب الزمان. Okay, is to bring the time closer. Okay, بعد بعيدة. Okay, to diminish the time. قبل قبيلة, just before. جاء خالد قبيلك, he just came before you. Okay, أيضا there are all other purposes that I will mention. قبل ذلك, before that, I want to mention the word قربة. It's normally قرب. Okay, قرب is close, near. It's from the word قريب. قرب and قريب actually mean the same. Okay, خالد يسكن قرب الدكان. خالد يسكن قرب المسجد. Khalid lives close to the masjid. أو خالد يسكن قريبا من المسجد. So قرب and قريبا they mean the same, but قريبا goes with min, and قرب it gets mudaf in a sentence. So how do you say very near? قريب. Okay, لتقريب المكان. This is one of the purposes of اسم التصغير, to bring the place closer, to diminish the place. Okay, so خالد يسكن قريبا منك. Khalid lives close to you, but there might be 20 houses between me and him. سعيد يسكن قريبك. He lives very close to you. So this is لتقريب المكان, to bring the place closer. ابن, there is also اسم التصغير of ابن, and that is بني. Okay, بني. And this is kind of an exception, as you can see. It has a shadda on the ya, although it's not very clear. Shadda to dhamma. Bunayyun. Ibnatun. Bunayyatun. Ibnun, son, is bunayyun, like a small son. And ibnatun, a daughter, bunayyatun. Whether you're saying ibnatun or bintun, what means both daughter, there ismu tasghir is bunayyatun. And the purpose of this one, I mean this last two that I've just mentioned, is litadlili. Okay, litadlili is tadlilun. The meaning of tadlilun is pampering. It's like a babying, pampering. Is just very heart softening. If you say this, if you give this bunayyun, it's just ajib. And my son, you say bunayya, ya bunayya. Is just very heart softening. It's just so cute in addressing the son. Okay, ya bunayyati, oh my daughter. So anyway, and you can go back to the Quran and you'll see the ism tasghir. As Luqman mentioned in Surah Luqman, the ayah 13, وَإِذْ قَالَ لُقْمَانُ لِابْنِهِ, and remember when Luqman said to his son, وَهُوَ يَعِظُهُ, when he was advising him, يَا بُنَيَّ. He could said, يَا بْنِي, oh my son, but bunayya is much more softer. Ya bunayya la tushrik billah, inna ash-shirka la dhulmun azim. Oh my son, in a very cute way, join not in worship others with Allah. Verily, joining others in worship with Allah is a great dhulm. So tadlilun is one of those purposes. Okay. Sa'atun suway'atun, just a darsu suway'atun. Okay, just like a very small hour, and it's just like you're saying the lesson is just an hour. An hour is nothing. Suway'atun. Don't say sa'atun, an hour. It might be heavy in if somebody hears hour, less an hour. Just say suway'atun. Okay, wal jam'u suway'atun. Okay, لتقليل العدد. So it's also used, one of those purposes is تقليل العدد, is to diminish the amount. It's just a small hour. It's not long. جبل, like mentioned, جبيل, a small mountain. عامل is a worker, employee. عويمل, and عويمل is not a nice thing to say. It's للتحقير. So ismu tasghirin is also used for a very negative thing, and that is for humiliation. أنت لست عاملا, you're not a worker. أنت عويمل, you're like lesser than a worker. It's used for تحقير, and تحقير of a Muslim is haram. It's humiliation. نهر, as I mentioned, نهير. مكتب is a desk. لدي مكيتب, I have a small desk.